I'm going to show you guys a way to change the oil in your Gravely zero-turn mower. And I'm also going to show you a way that'll make it easier for every other time you change your oil. This is the first time changing your oil on this machine. You'll get frustrated. And if you've done it before, you know how annoying it is. Your drain plug is down there. Yellow piece with the cap on it. So Gravely gives you a length of tubing. Tells you every time you change the oil to put the tubing on the drain plug, crack it open and let it drain out. It sounds decent in theory, but the issue is the drain plug is so far down there, it's near impossible to get a wrench on that. It makes it a pain. So I'm going to show you guys an easier way to do that. And how we're going to do that is with this product right here. It's made by a company called Drainzit. What it is basically this length of tubing, but it's made to where it can be permanently installed on the engine, and then it runs down, and then you can just take this cap off when you need to change your oil in the future. Let's get started. Okay, I moved inside. Looks like we might get some rain coming. So we're gonna get started. I'll show you guys another little trick I do when I'm changing the oil on my small equipment, my mower, even my cars. I keep a couple old floor mats from vehicles that I don't use anymore around. I like to stick those underneath in case any oil drips. The floor mat will catch it. It works a little better than cardboard because it's absorbent. Okay, I now have the oil draining the way that Gravely tells you to do it. I have my tube hooked up to my drain plug. Route it down through the hole down to a drain pan. Use a 5/8 inch, let's see if you can see there, 5/8 inch wrench to get your drain plug. And you'll have to take little short strokes at it to get it to turn, but it'll go once you get it about a third or half of the way out, and then it'll start draining your oil. Now make sure before you start this process you run your mower for a little bit to get the oil warm. Mine was already warm. Okay, it's almost all drained, so now we're going to take our filter wrench, get your oil filter off of there. Alright, I've got my filter off, all my oil is drained. Now we're going to put on my Drainzit tube. Now you read the instructions. The manufacturer does not recommend using any O-rings or rubber washers with this, but they do recommend wrapping your threads with a Teflon seal tape before you install it. So that's what I did. I'm going to put that in there and tighten it up. Alright, got my tube in there. I actually installed it this way. Got it in there finger tight. And we're just going to go ahead and snug it up with an 11/16 open-ended wrench. Okay, we've taken our old filter off. Here's the old filter. Now one thing you're going to want to double check to be sure is that when you take your old filter off, the O-ring comes off in its entirety. Now you don't want to have double O-rings on there when you put your new filter on. You could have problems sealing it. Here's the filter. We're going to be replacing it with the same one. Here's my new one. It's a Kohler filter, 1205001 oil filter. Okay, our new filter is on. Now we need to put some fresh oil in it. So this is going to be oil fill plug. Pull that straight up, set it aside. Get you a funnel out. Now one thing I always like to do when I get my funnel out is make sure it's clean. Take a couple extra seconds to run a paper towel through it, blow it out with the air compressor. Depending on where you store it, you'll get sawdust and other stuff in there that you don't want inside your engine. Okay, now we're going to put our fresh oil in it. This is the oil I use. It's just a full synthetic 10W30. I think it's the house brand for Tractor Supply. And you can use any 10W30 or any Kohler brand engine oil. There's a whole lot of recommendations out there. I have good luck with this stuff. So go ahead and fill it up. Okay, so on this engine, the Kohler manual that will come with the mower when you get it, Now remember, this video is for the Kohler engine. Gravely also makes this mower with a Kawasaki engine. The Kohler recommends 2 quarts of oil for a full drain, oil change, and refill. So I've put about 1 quart and 3/4 in. I'll go ahead and take it out and check our oil here. To check it, make sure your dipstick's clean. Dip your dipstick in there, bring it straight up, and you just check where your oil is sitting. Now I'm sitting right about at the full line there, so I'm gonna check it again. Sitting right about at the full. So I'm gonna go ahead and call that good. So I'm not gonna add any more. You wanna make sure you do not overfill. So I'm gonna call that good, and I'm just gonna clean up now.